is Matt Duffield from mattduffieldtrading.com, and tonight we're going to do a video analysis on CRBP and CLTX, the huge penny stock runners of the day. And before we get started, I want to remind you that this video is for informational and educational purposes only. I'm not a registered investment advisor, and neither is mattduffieldtrading.com. And penny stock trading can be very risky. You can lose a lot of money, so I urge you to make your own decisions. Okay, so starting off with CRBP, this one gapped up, what was that, about 25% to the 250 range on news of fast track status from the FDA. So as you can see here, it opened around 250, consolidated for a bit, and then just did one of those classic morning super spikes, really. With the buy trigger when it broke above this early morning high of, let's see, 281. Once it broke above 281, this took off all the way to four bucks before finally selling off. Unfortunately, I didn't see this until it was about at 320. I didn't jump on board. I felt like I'd already missed most of the rally. I was a little bit wrong. It went all the way to $4 before selling off. I did notice around the 340 level that we had completed a head and shoulders topping pattern here. And I sent out a tweet, saying price is now flirting with the $3.40 breakdown level. Could be a good dip buy, or if it breaks under 340, it's going to 280. Sure enough, it broke under 340, came down to 320, and then back tested the breakdown level at 340, and then just sold off and never looked back. And it did hit my 280 price target, almost right on the nose. It hit, let's see, 278 at noon. And then that triggered a little bit of a bounce back to 310 for the high. So that could have been a 10% trade right there. But from then on, it just sold off the rest of the session down to 250. This is a huge sell-off, when it comes down from $4 to 250. I think the news to me sounded great. But when you just look at the intraday charts and then go out to the daily chart, that's a bearish candlestick on huge volume. The major resistance level is around 280 to $3. So it could bounce to that 280, $3 level. So I'm definitely going to be watching this. But I probably won't be looking to buy unless it convincingly breaks above 3. Because I think it can move faster above 3. And you know what? That's exactly what happened this morning. Let's go back here. As soon as it got over 3, it took off to $4. So anyway, let's move on to CLTX. That was the huge runner of the day. It's amazing, these penny stocks are gaining 100, 200, even 300% in a day. And we see this every day. So anyway, I mentioned this one in my video last night. And gosh, it seems like such a long time ago. I was saying if this could break above $1.20, first of all, if it could hold $1, which it did this morning, it broke under a little bit and then came back, held $1. And I had said if it breaks above $1.20, this could really take off, because if you go out to the daily chart, you got to go back 8 months. Above the $1.30, let's see, what is that, dollar? Yeah, basically $1.30. There's just a huge gap all the way to $6. And, I had no expectations of that filling the gap almost in one day. But, man, this thing took off. So as you can see, once it broke above $1.30, it just zoomed higher to 250. Consolidated, kind of like a bull flag here. And then, broke out again all the way to $3. If you do a little calculation of this bull flag, it'll take you to around $3. From there, it kind of consolidated, a little choppy action here, but notice it put in this low at 223, then a higher low around 236, another higher low, until finally in the last 45 minutes of trading, I don't know, I guess shorts covering or whatever, this took off again and closed nearly at $4 per share. I mean, it was an amazing day for this stock. I watched it. I was actually, at work, and I got out of a meeting, and unfortunately, when I got out, this was at $1.35, and I figured I'd already missed my my trigger, at $1.20. Man, this one hurts. You know, I really underestimated this, but so we got to look forward. What can this do now? Um, Considering it gained, I don't know, what is that, 300%, 400% today? It's scary. It's scary to buy in. The news that was released was convoluted, hard to understand. There's a $75 million private placement. There's talks of I guess a merger with a privately held company and a reverse split. It's really hard to put a fundamental value on this company, or it was for me, and I can't find any good analysis on message boards or any good articles yet, with any good price targets of where this stock should be. I don't know if it should be at $2.20, $4.60, or even $15.60. I think it was. It's too complicated for me. That's why I stick to the charts. So anyway, if you go out to the daily chart, you got to go way back. Here you go. So it closed at 4, and after hours, it hit as high as 490, I want to say. This could very well gap, to $4-5 a share, and then fill this gap up to $6. I mean, I don't doubt it. This is a low float play. Volume was huge, 20 million shares. There are some comparisons to AQXP, if you remember that play from a couple of weeks ago. I missed that one too. I'm sorry, AQXP. Clicked on the wrong one. There we go. So if you remember, this stock gained, what was it? Oh, actually on the first day, it gained, like 400%. And then over the weekend, I mean, this was a Friday. So on Monday, this opened like 50% higher, but then rallied 400% or so to tag $50 before coming all the way back down to 19. So this is a low float play. Who knows? Anything can happen in this market. So, I'm definitely going to keep my eyes on this tomorrow. If this made some kind of move like that tomorrow, I mean, it could hit $10 to $15 per share in the morning, even though I'm worried about this resistance here at $6. So this is a weekly chart. Look at this. In the $5 to $6 range, you've got basically a year of price action. So if there's massive short covering, or maybe there's some kind of analyst upgrade, and this gets above $6, who knows? The sky's the limit. You could see a super spike into the $10 to $15 range. It's definitely a scary trade at this point, but I'm definitely going to be watching this tomorrow. Hopefully I can get in on some action, and hopefully this video helps you guys make better choices as well. So good luck tomorrow.